Welcome. My name is Brittany, if I haven't met you before. If you're returning, it's great to have you here. Today's a requested video. It's to unlock our tight hamstrings, so the muscles on the top of our thighs that also get really tight along with the hamstrings from sitting, most exercises. We want to lengthen out these muscles because it's important for our knee health to keep these muscles nice and open. It just feels better for movement throughout the day. We're going to be using our science of stretching method, also known as gravity yoga, where we hold the poses for a longer period of time, passively and relax, between 2 to 5 minutes. So today you'll need blocks, or you could grab a couple pillows, a strap. You could use a belt, or you could use a long sleeve shirt, that would work too. And you're also going to need some wall space. So go ahead and pause this video if you need to get those things, and then come and meet me in a comfortable seated position. And this might be a nice place to grab a block or pillow to put it underneath your bum if you're rounding a lot in your back. Relax your hands onto your knees, lift your chest up. We'll start by establishing the breath that we'll use throughout class. This is our 4 to 8 breath. Inhale through the nose to the count of 4, then exhale out the mouth to the count of 8. Now it's a slight whisper on the inhale and a sound on the exhale. So go ahead, relax your shoulders down. Feel free to close your eyes. Empty out any stale air. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out mouth. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale mouth. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Now try to do your exhale really nice and slow so you can get to the count of 8. If that breath doesn't work for you, you can knock it down 3 to 6, 4 to 4. But what we're looking for is to really slow the breath down and to have your exhalations be a little bit longer than your inhalations. Let's go ahead and get started in a standing position for moon squats. Bring your feet wider than your hips, toes point out slightly. Cross your forearms, make fists, sit back like you're sitting back into a chair as far as you can go. Drop your head. Breathe in and cross your arms, reach up to the sky, extend your hands up, reach your heart forward. Exhale, cross your forearms, make fists, sit back into your heels, drop your head and neck. Inhale, rise back up, spread your fingers wide, open up into your chest. Exhale, sit back, cross your forearms, drop your head. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale to sit back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Good, and then pause down at the bottom, bring your hands to the ground, move your hips side to side. If your heels lift when you do that, roll up a blanket or a towel and put it underneath your heels for more support. Good, let's do one more round. Cross your forearms, make fists. Inhale to reach up to the sky, spread your fingers, look up. Exhale, sit back. Cross your forearms, drop your head. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, sit back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Weights in your heels, spread your toes. Inhale, extend up, look up. Exhale, drop back. Relax your head and neck. Inhale up, reach. Exhale, sit back. And slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Feet are parallel with one another. Hinge at your hips. Bow your chest forward. Relax your head and neck down for Ragdoll. The first stretch we'll be taking of class. We're going to first get into the hamstrings, the back of our thighs. Option to reach for opposite elbows. Also an option is to take your bum to the wall. Do this against the wall for more support. We'll be here for 2 minutes. Keep a slight bend in your knees if your hamstrings are really, really tight. Relax your shoulders down. Relax your face, unclench your jaw. Return to your breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Shake your head yes and no. Allow your head to be totally heavy here, relaxed. Take some pressure off your neck. Keep all 4 corners of your feet grounded into the earth. Allow the back of your thighs to slowly lengthen out, open up. We're almost there, about 20 seconds left. And take one last deep breath in. Fill up your belly, fill up your rib cage. Exhale it all out. Good. Plant your hands down onto the mat. And come down to your knees. Come to all fours. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. And then your hips over your knees. We'll move through a few rounds of cat-cow. Look forward. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale to lower your belly. Arch your back. Look forward. Hug your shoulders together. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin in your chest, look for the top of your thighs. Inhale, look forward, arch your back. Exhale, round your spine, press the floor away. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And slowly peel yourself up. Come into a kneeling position. Tuck your toes under. Lower your hips down on top of your heels. So right now in this stretch we're about to do, we're going to get into our ankle mobility, top of our thighs, our quads, and we're also going to open up our shoulders. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Press your fingers down. Hug your shoulders together and look up. If you can't quite interlace your fingers, reach for a towel and hold on to that instead. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. So keep your toes tucked under, relax your hips down, lift your chest up, press your fingers down, hug your shoulders together, and open up your chest. Lift your chin, get full extension here in your spine. Notice your breath. We don't want to hold on to it. This gets really uncomfortable. And breath eases our body. It lets our body know it's okay. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale out your mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale out mouth. We're a minute in. We got a minute left here. This might start to get really uncomfortable in your toes. Maybe you start to feel sensations that get kind of like you just want to get out of it, right? But stay with it. The only way to really make change and to lengthen out your muscles and your fascia is to stay in stretches just a little bit longer than you normally would. You need to beat inertia, where your body is comfortable, where it has stayed for maybe several years. We have to go past that. So when it gets really intense and you want to get out, change your thought around it, that's the point in which your body's starting to make change. It's a good thing, stay with it. Got about 10 more seconds left here. Keep pressing your fingers down, lift your chest up, lift your chin. Take one last deep breath in. Exhale out. Good, that got tough. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and then tap your feet out, tops of the feet down. It's really good for your feet. We don't stretch our feet often enough. Okay, sit back down onto your heels. Open your heels out wide. Take your hands to your calves. Move your calves to the side. And then sink your hips down, down, down. Now you might find here that your hips don't quite sink down to the ground. This would be a good place to grab a block or a pillow to put underneath your bum. Be very mindful of your knees here. This is good for your knees when done correctly. If we force it, we could hurt our knees. So this is the stretch here. This is the first phase. We're getting into our ankle mobility, opening up our hips and our quads. If your hips are down, you could start to come down, lean back, come onto your forearms, and then eventually bring your head all the way back. I'm going to stay up here today. My quads are pretty tight. So if you're here, bring your hands on top of your thighs, press into them, try to sit up nice and straight, if that feels okay. Or have your hands back behind you. If your knees start to come out wide, that's okay. But just continue to be mindful of your knees. Start to notice your breath again. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. There's this really great YouTube video called The Fuzz Speech. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's not for the faint of heart though. They're working on a cadaver. But I think it's really important to watch these kind of things because they explain what muscle fascia is and this fuzz that we develop in our soft tissue, the sliding surfaces of our soft tissue when we sleep at night or when we are stagnant, we're not moving much. And this is like an adhesion. It creates like this adhesion-like surface in your muscles and your soft tissue. So this is why we start to get locked up. This is why stretching starts to get really, really intense. Is we're starting to open up that sliding surface that has gotten stuck because we haven't moved enough, we haven't stretched enough. So as we stretch into our bodies, we start to lubricate those sliding surfaces. And the more they're hydrated, the more they're lubricated, that's when our muscles can stretch open. It's when we don't feel so tight. That's why it's so important to stretch. The Fuzz Speech. Check it out. We got about 30 more seconds here. Go ahead and take one last deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Slowly bring yourself back up into a tabletop position. Tap out your toes again. And then come down onto your belly. This is where you might need a strap or a long sleeve shirt. Come onto your forearms. Bend your right knee. Reach back for the inside of your foot. If you cannot reach back, this is where you're going to grab a strap and use a strap instead. I'm going to use a strap today. So if you have your foot with your hands, stay there. If you have it in a strap, bring your heel towards you to the outside of your thigh, similar to the position we were just in, and then square your shoulders forward, face forward, rest your forearm, or your elbow rather, on the ground, and look forward. So again, this is similar to the stretch that we were just in. We're bringing our heel to the outside of our thigh. Square your hips and shoulders forward. Look forward. Even if you have your heel, your foot with your hand, square your shoulders forward. So another really good stretch for your quads. And again, we want to keep our quads nice and open for our overall knee health. Quads get really, really tight when we exercise and feel super tight after a hard workout. They do function with the hamstrings. So if we have tight quads, of course, that's going to affect the hamstrings. Everything's systemic. Every area affects the other. But it's good to focus on one area at a time. That way you can really open it up and then work on the next. We're going to be here for 2 minutes and we're already about 1:20 in, so we're almost there. And then one of the other principles of gravity yoga is to meet or beat your whole time. So if you need to come out earlier, go ahead. But if you really can stay with me. Good. Take one more deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale out. And slowly release. And then switch it out. Bend into your left knee. Bring your heel back towards you. Take your strap or your hand to your foot. Square your hips and shoulders forward. Bring your elbow down onto the ground if you have the strap. And then look forward. Bringing your ankle outside your thigh. So we want to relax into these stretches as much as we can. Because of course, muscles stretch best when they're relaxed. It's kind of like when you get a massage and your massage therapist keeps reminding you to breathe, right? We need to breathe and then relax. And our body can stretch. Notice your breath. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Notice if you're clenching your jaw or straining your face at all. Relax it. Keep breathing. And stay with me. If you're here, you're doing great. You got this. It's always better to stretch when you're stretching with somebody else. And take one last deep breath in here. Exhale out your mouth. Gently release. Ooh, press yourself up. Now make your way to a wall. You might want to grab a pillow or a couple of blocks here. Come to all fours, back facing the wall. Then take your left knee, slide it back to where the floor and wall meet. If that's too much pressure pain for your knee, slide a blanket or a rolled up towel underneath it to help it feel better. Your shins flush with the wall, toes point straight up. Your right leg might stay bent like this today, or lunge your right leg forward so it's in line with your knee or slightly in front of it. You might need to use your hand to get there, and then you could turn your foot to a 45-degree angle for balance. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders, or here you might use blocks or pillows for underneath you. We're going to be here for 3 minutes on each side. What's most important is keeping your shin flush with the wall so we can really get into the back quad. If your hands are on the ground, start to bend into your elbows. Blocks or pillows for your forearms if you want to come all the way down, or even all the way down to the ground. Relax into this as much as you can, as it gets pretty intense having our back leg bent like this against the wall. You're also getting a lot of opening into your hips here. You're getting deep flexion and lateral rotation in the front, deep hip extension in the back, opening up your back quad. Sink into this. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Feel free to adjust your arms if you need to, if you want to come back to straight, bend down. Relax your face. We're halfway there. Now, this is probably one of the most effective stretches for your quads. You can really feel this one. And again, you can tap out of this early if you need to, but try to stay with me. We're already about 2 minutes in. Let your hips sink down. If your front leg starts to open up a little bit wide, that's okay. You can get a little bit more lateral rotation that way. You got less than a minute here. Notice what your breath is doing. Don't hold on to it. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, nose. Long exhale out. And slowly press yourself up. And then slowly bring your knee off the wall. And then switch it out. Take your right knee, bring it to where the floor and wall meet. Extra padding under the knee if you need to. Shins flush with the wall. Toes point up. Left leg stays there. Or lunge it forward in line with your knee. Or slightly in front. And then foot can be at a 45-degree angle. Get to where you want to be. Hands underneath your shoulders, on the ground or on blocks or pillows. And we'll begin. And keep the knee flush with the wall and floor. Relax into this. Breathe into any sensations. Let your hips sink down As you open up your back quads, bend into your elbows. Come down to your forearms, if that speaks to you today. If not, keep your arms straight. On this side as well, if your front leg, your hip starts to open up laterally a little bit more, that's okay. Deepen back into your breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. You're already halfway there. Stay with it. And keep adjusting your arms if you need to. The amount that you're bending into your elbows. But continue to sink down. Really stretch into your back quad. You got a minute left. Take a couple more rounds of deep, mindful breaths together. Inhale through your nose, expand your rib cage, expand your belly. Exhale, sigh it all out. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. One more time, inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Good, slowly come out of that. Ooh, take your knee off the wall. Good job. Come down onto your backs. Bend your knees, soles of the feet on the ground. And then slowly roll all the way back. Make sure there's enough room behind you. Soles of your feet stay on the ground. Keep your knees bent. Walk your heels as close as you can towards your hips. And bring your hands on either side of you, palms down. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press your hips up towards the sky. Tuck your chin to your chest. And slowly lower your hips down. Ground down into your left foot. Lift your right heel, place it on top of your left thigh. Take your right hand, press your right thigh away. And then bring your knee into your chest and reach for your shin. Relax your head back. Release your heel back down to the ground. Open your hands out wide and let your knees drift all the way over towards the left side for a figure four supine twist. Back of your head stays on the mat. You can look up towards the sky or turn to look for your right hand. Relax here. Melt into the twist. Deepen back into your breath. And slowly come back up through center. Switch it out. Bring your right heel onto the ground. Lift your left heel on top of your right thigh. Take your left hand, press your left thigh away. And then reach between your legs, reach for the back of your right thigh. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Relax your head back. And release your foot down, open your arms out wide, and let your knees drip all the way over towards the right side. Keep your back of your head on the ground, or turn to look for your left hand. Feel your body supported by the ground as gravity holds it down. Breathe into this twist. Take one deep breath in. And deep breath out. Bring your knees back through center and cross your knees. Bring your knees into your chest. Hug your knees in towards you. Bring your forehead up to your knees. And then release. You could take a final Shavasana here if you want to just relax for a moment. If not, go ahead and come to a seated position. If you still want to lay down, just let the video play. Grab a block or pillow for underneath your bum. We're going to end class with the 4-4 breath in and out of the nose. So an inhale through the nose to the count of 4. Exhale out your nose, count of 4. Inhale nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Breathe into your hands. May these practices heal and strengthen your body and mind. May these practices heal and strengthen your body and mind. Thank you so much for being here, for trying this, for investing in the overall quality and health of your body. It means the world to me to have you here. So go ahead and drink some water. Have an easy day. I'll see you in the next video.